So as this lockdown continues around the country, we're all just starting to miss Goodison Park a little bit, really, aren't we? It's been well over a month since Everton last played at Goodison Park. 1st of March, of course, that 1-1 draw against Manchester United. It just seems like an absolute lifetime ago at this point, doesn't it? So I tried to make fans feel a little bit better and to try and remind people of the good times at Goodison. So I asked supporters for their best Goodison Park memories, and they didn't disappoint. We got so many replies, and I think it's going to be no surprise to anyone that the top reply is that Bayern Munich game in the 84-85 season, that Cup Winners' Cup semi-final. You know, Everton went into that game having drawn the first leg against Bayern Munich, went into half-time 1-0 down, but from all the conversations that I've had from all the people who were at that game, of which there were thousands and thousands of people at that game, of course, they've always just said there was just never a feeling that Everton were going to lose that game, and obviously came out and won 3-1 in the end in probably Goodison's most famous night. I think everybody would agree with that, even people who weren't born at the time. Obviously, one of the other most popular replies, though, was something that was a lot more recent. It was Duncan Ferguson scoring that diving header against Manchester United in 2005. You know, again, another really good season for Everton. Well, especially in the context of Everton in recent years, it was a very good season. Of course, Everton finished 4th, got themselves into the Champions League, and this game was very late into that season, of course, and it really cemented Everton's place in the table. Duncan Ferguson scored in, I think, about the 54th minute. Scored an amazing diving header, and the atmosphere around Goodison that night, I remember I was sat in the stands myself that night watching that, and I remember just feeling this was electric. This was Goodison at its most hostile for the opponents, and that's when it seems to benefit the Everton side the most, and I can only imagine that's what it must have been like for that Bayern Munich game as well. We obviously had a few more suggestions. Arteta's goal against Fiorentina was another common suggestion, but at the other end of the scale, we also had memories from 1994 and 1998, of course, some very close escapes from Everton on those occasions, but that outpouring of emotion and sheer elation and relief at being able to save yourself, that still rings true with supporters of a certain generation. Certainly that'll ring true as one of their best moments at Goodison Park. So yeah, and obviously we had a lot more personal moments. There were people who've had sons and daughters being mascots at the game, and etc. So I think it's really important that we remember these good moments from Goodison